These are supposed to be the best AirPod clones on the market. Hey everyone, Maverick here with the i10 truly wireless earphones, which are supposed to be the best AirPod clones on the market. To be precise, they are supposed to be a one-to-one replica. Before I start, I would just like to ask you guys just to subscribe, hit the like button, drop in a comment below. Heck, I even put this in the description in my last video that if you don't like the video, hit the dislike button. That's absolutely fine with me. It's absolutely perfect. Just give me some kind of a feedback so that I know what kind of a path am I going on to, and what kind of a thing should I improve or not improve. So some kind of a feedback would be most welcome from you guys. So let's get down to it now. Now let's just go over the features of these that make them really close to the Apple AirPods. I did an unboxing of these and you can watch that video right here. I have used these for a couple of days now, so let me just run through the features and what I actually felt regarding them. The i10 has an upgraded chipset which is supposed to be really close to Apple's. They have drastically improved bass and sound quality. It has touch control just like the AirPod, so there's like no more buttons. And now they actually get better. They actually have wireless charging case, which the Apple AirPods doesn't. They have a USB Type C charging port. They have Bluetooth 5.0. Both these features Apple seriously lacks. They will support phone calls from both earbuds simultaneously. It's called the binaural audio. I don't know how do you pronounce that. So, and they claim that they have no video latency. It has auto pairing, they're waterproof, great for exercising. And another thing that the AirPods don't have is on the case, there's the LED indicator lights. So you know how much charge it still has. Well, although on the AirPods, to give them the credit, you can actually see it on the phone. Unlike the AirPods, these will work with any Bluetooth device, whether it's Android, whether it's iOS, whether it's your Mac, whether it's your PC, whether it's your TV, anything. Yeah. So, and unlike the AirPods, they have no flashing lights during use, which is great or not great. Uh, so they apparently support 3.5 hours of music playback time. The AirPods advertise 5 hours, and it takes them 1 to 1.5 hours to fully charge to the battery case. They are IP6, 7 something certified, so they're waterproof, so they're good for your gymming, they're good for, I highly doubt they're good for swimming. I don't really think that's what they mean. Is it IP67? I'll just have to research on this a bit more. I'm sorry. So I'll take that back. So, like I said, that these are one-to-one replica, and they are the more or less they are the exact same size as the actual AirPods. Uh, Starting with the box itself, the actual box does look really similar to the AirPods. More or less same design on the front end. Although this box is a little smaller, it has that user guide. I never really use a user guide and instruction manual, but they have a user guide which is in English, so that's really nice. It also supports Chinese, obviously. Then you have the USB-C charging cable, and you have the charging case, and then you have the earbuds. Uh, See, obviously these are $30 budget earbuds, so the packaging is nowhere near the quality of Apple's. Uh, so obviously, I mean, it's like comparing apples to oranges. Pun intended here. Ha 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 ha. Big shit. So now that you guys do know that they look exactly similar to the Apple AirPods, whether it be from the charging case to the actual earbuds themselves, right down to the locking mechanism, the magnetic locking mechanism. There are slight differences as per, as far as the case is concerned. You have the four LED lights, the oval shape notch is different. a little bit of nuances here and there, that do set them apart, but nothing that you can really spot from a mile away. Obviously, the bottom edge USB-C charging port will definitely give it away. So more or less they are similar. And in terms of voice clarity and sound clarity, they are precisely the same, if not any better. Honestly speaking, my wife, she owns an AirPods and I bought these, and what I did was I just substituted her this thing with her Apple AirPods with my AirPods, and I kind of like just paired it up with her smartphone and just put it in her purse. And she went for like 3 days and she did not realize that she's actually using the i10 AirPods and not the Apple AirPods. So obviously, she didn't really pay any attention to the LED lights, and she kind of just assumed that they were there. And the other nuances that I said, the USB lightning cable charging port, I mean, she didn't really pay any kind of attention to that. She just went about using it, you know, in her normal routine, and she didn't really realize. So it passed the Wi-Fi test. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys here. That she listens to music quite a lot, and herein comes the one one of the two rather one of the two weaknesses or faults or whatever you may call it in this. Now they claim that you have about 2 to 2.5 hours of listening to music, while the actual playback time in the real world is closer to 1 hour. That is correct. It is closer to 1 hour. Even the battery case, they claim that it will give you 10 to 12 hours worth of charging time in terms of like 3 to 4 charges. It does give you 3 to 4 charges, but again, each charge is approximately about for an hour. So that was a really, really disappointing thing and a real letdown. Then you also have the no video latency that these guys they claim. However, there is a slight video latency. It is very, very slight, almost to the point of not being noticeable. So if you're looking for it, definitely you will see it, you will spot it. But if you're not really looking for it, you can just gloss it over. And to be honest, I'll give them the credit because these are actually $30 earbuds. Unlike the Xiaomi's Mi or My AirDots, are those AirDots? Yeah, AirDots, which claim to be $30 but are currently retailing at $80. So all in all, it passed the Wi-Fi test, and that's what I can, that's the biggest benchmark rather for me. If it does that, it's a great show with all its faults. Not all its faults, it's barely just got two of them. One of them being that there's a slight video latency, and the other major one being that they only support about 1 hour of playback time as far as your music is concerned, or your if you're streaming some video clip or something like that,